don't overlook the old textbooks. Now, I'm not saying last year's textbook. I brought you a book haul, so I thought I'd bring you one. I've been getting quite a few questions about the kinds of books that I look for. What do I look for when I'm in a thrift store? And I'll tell you this, I do not have a professional scanner. I just kind of go on instinct. I've been doing videos on book hauls for a while because I've been selling books on Amazon for a while, but I typically just sold college textbooks and like my children's college textbooks and so forth. But then I watched a YouTube video about 4 years ago, and it was by Andrew at Picking Profits, and he showed a book that he sold for $165 or so. I saw it immediately. I recognized it as one that I owned. I've been a book collector, a bibliophile for a very long time, so I own that book, and I put it up on Amazon, and it sold within that week for also about $135, $140. And so I was just hooked from then on. I was like, there is a lot of money to be made on books. So I'm going to start with some that I picked up this week. I'm going to give you some tips on what I do, what I look for, the kind of genres that I look for typically, business books, anything on startups, on management, on industrial psychology. Anything like that is going to sell. So here's one here. This one is $28 on Amazon. Now I pay no more than $2 for books. Usually, sometimes I get them a little bit less, whether I get them at, at the half price Salvation Army, or occasionally the colored tag will be on sale for 30% off at the Goodwill as well. Most of these were $1.99, some were even 49 cents or $1. Okay, so here's one. This one's called The Effortless Experience, and the subtitle is Conquering the New Battleground for Customer Loyalty. And I thought this would be a really interesting read. If I have a chance, I'm going to try to peek. Here is one that I knew immediately was older, mid-century, probably the 60s, and then I knew by the title that it was going to scan up at a good price, because ethnic study books, ethnic books in general, the subject matter really sells well. This one is called Black Folks Guide to Making Big Money in America. This one did not even have a barcode. I had to use the image scanner on the Amazon seller app. This one's called Finger Plays and Rhymes for Always and Sometimes. And when you get these old-fashioned kind of child rearing, this is a $30 book, guys, and I paid 49 cents for this one. All right, this one's just one I picked up for my own pleasure. Extra Innings. It is poetry and baseball poetry, and I thought I would take this to one of my students who has been writing about nothing but baseball for a few days now, and I think he might enjoy it. This one as well falls into the genre that I always look for, which is the arts, the soft sciences like psychology, sociology, theater. This one is called The Art Technique, an artistic approach to film and video production. So definitely anything on filmmaking, design, communication, all of that will also sell. This is also a $30 book. Okay, here's a children's book that, of course, Harry Potter's collectible. I paid 50 cents for this. I'm shipping this today. It sold for $20 on Amazon. It is a super size color book, and I think it's got a poster in it too. So I never ever hesitate to pick up anything Harry Potter as well. Every Living Thing, James Herriot, also over $20. I just picked up an extra copy of Hamlet because we can never have enough of those in the classroom. Okay, and then this one, another one that falls into that genre that I'm telling you about, I don't leave behind. This is The Founder's Mentality, How to Overcome the Predictable Crisis of Growth. Again, business, industrial psychology, anything of that nature usually does really well. All right, also literature. This one is Against Borders, and this is Promoting Books for a Multicultural World. So this one actually has a little synopsis of different books that promote diversity and multiculturalism. So that one also rung up at over $20. This one I have not scanned, but I just thought it was interesting, and it's called Transform Your Business by Being Remarkable, Purple Cow. So, and this one was only 49 cents, so I picked it up. Here's one that's quite interesting. It is Pinups. This was only $6 at half price, but I got it for $1.91, and it has quite interesting pinups. Some may be a little bit more risque than others, so I hope we don't pop into anything there. But this is also going for $18. When I say also, it's because some of them are 18, some of them are 25. The most, I think I told you, did I tell you this one was $50? Sorry, I may not have told you, but this one is actually selling for $50. Here's another one. This one's $33. This is Wyatt Waters Painting Home, and this is just an illustrated art of homesteads. Beautiful, beautiful artwork here. And normally illustrated art coffee table books, not all of them do that well, except for that one I told you about that Andrew at Picking Profits talked about. It had quite a few pictures of the well-to-do, the Kennedys and so forth. Annual edition of Macroeconomics, and this is $29 as well. Okay, this one, Style Me Vintage, this was $15. I pick up anything that's at least $15 because they do, and when I say the price, I mean a full profit, net profit. And it's kind of, you know, it's troublesome to package these and ship them out. So if I'm not going to make at least over $10 profit, I don't bother to pick them up. Managing interactive video multimedia projects. Again, anything to do with media, with video making. Some photography books as well do really well. It depends. Okay, this is a new Curious George Super Sticker Coloring Book. I think $15 or $18. Here's a very interesting one, a German children's book. Sure, but it's animals. It's kind of a dictionary of animals in German. So look for those foreign languages as well. Those always do well. Here's another multimedia, or Communication is Culture, Essays on Media and Society. Again, anytime I see that buzzword media, I know it's going to be a good book to resell. This one also was $33. And here's one that was $29. Construction, administration, anything with architecture as well. Not just, of course, the buildings, the nuts and bolts, so to speak, of building. I mean, everything from the blueprints are in here too, you know. So I saw that and I knew it was a niche type of book. This one was also, this actually was 99 cents, I guess, because it was a paperback. So yeah, it's a flexible, proven method for organizing construction administration paperwork for architects and those who work with them. So that I knew that was going to be good. Here's another one, War. This is the camera's battlefield view of man's most terrible adventure from the first photographer in the Crimea to Vietnam. I don't know if you want to see any of these pictures, but yeah. And this was also a $40 book. Look for the teacher resources. These will always do well for me. They never sell for under $25. Reading Essentials is this one. Making Classroom Assessments Work. And these are new, brand new. They do not even have a broken spine at all. And all of these were, some, I think the cheapest or the lesser price was $18, but most of them were over $20. Secondary Classroom Management. Writing Tools, Tips, and Techniques. I love going to the garage sales at schools because I will usually see an abundance of these teacher resource books. And you'll be surprised, but even the older books that are from the 60s and 70s, they still, the techniques are proven, whatnot. So they always sell. They really do. Here's another one. This one's called Helping Traumatized Children Learn. And then Engaging Adolescent Learners, a guide for content area teachers. So yeah, that is it for my book haul, guys. I'm so glad you joined me. Please come back again. I hope you enjoyed the video. These are not my most popular videos, but I do constantly get questions about the books that I sell because I have been selling them on Amazon for a good while, and at least 5 years, I guess. Well, no, more like 8 years, but I've been sourcing to sell them for at least going on 5 years, and it's something that I always find intriguing. It's not something that I do all the time. Sometimes I get tired of doing books and I won't even go near them at a thrift store, and other times I'm just like, you know, it's time for me to just look and see what they have. I didn't even mention cookbooks. There's some cookbooks that do very well, not all of them, believe me. Your Martha Stewart's and all of that, they're commonplace now, so they don't do well. But anything really ethnic, let's say something like not just Indian food, but like a region of India, or that's written from a, let's say, a famous restaurateur or something, or a restaurant that closed. Those do really, really well. Luby's, which is a staple here in the South here in Texas, their original cookbook always sells for over $50. I won't let go of the one I have, but I've sold their second edition, which is a white one. I've sold that one for $60. And so you just, you know, look around and check and see. You'll learn the more that you look them up and you see what they go for. You'll learn to recognize that that's a genre you want to be. But anyway, come back again, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you learned anything today. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get my new. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little notification bell so that you can become aware of when I do a new video and when I go live, because I've been going live on Saturday afternoons, usually around 12 or 1, and I hope you can join me. I usually end with a little Q&A, so if you have any questions or anything, join me then. All right, so thank you again, and I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.